According to a survey by the National Family Planning Commission in China, 83% of women in China want a son and daughter pair. One of these women, Long Ting, a mother in Shanghai, wants a sister for her 7-year-old son, but she faces a fine up to 3 times her family's annual income if she has one. Although the Chinese government thinks the one-child policy created in 1979 is still important and beneficial to control their country's population size, many sources prove that this policy is causing more harm than help to the people of China because of a gender imbalance, a recent shortage of workers, and the harsh treatment of families who go over their child limit. China's one-child policy restricts most couples to having only one child. Some exceptions to this policy are if both spouses are only children, a rural couple's first child is a girl, if the first child is handicapped, and certain ethnic minorities are allowed 3 children if the first 2 are girls. Based on these exceptions, you can tell that boy children are more valued in Chinese society than girls. This has caused a major gender imbalance. In 1978 in China, 1 year before the one-child policy was put in place, there were 102 boys for every 100 girls. Currently in China, there are about 118 boys for every 100 girls. Even though this difference may seem small, it is predicted that by 2020, there will be 30 to 35 million more Chinese men of marrying age than women. Some of the effects of this gender imbalance will be that men will not get married and have children to care for them in their old age, which causes a strain on the pension system. This is also causing an increase of sex trafficking, prostitution, and forced marriages. With declining birth rates, employers struggle to find employees for their factories and farms. One article states that a shortage of young workers is already threatening mainland economic development. Because many parents have only one child, more families can afford to send their child to college. The ratio of college-educated workers is increasing, and many do not want to take the available manufacturing jobs. These graphs show as the supply of manual laborers decrease, the hourly manufacturing wage increases. Economic growth is slowing in China because there is no surplus labor. Many manufacturers are finding other Asian countries for their factories because of the high labor costs. The procedures taken to enforce the one-child policy are harsh. The government performs forced abortions, forced sterilizations, implants birth control devices, and charges steep fines for those who have extra children. One woman, Feng Jianmei, was forced to abort her fetus 7 months into her pregnancy in June 2012. Pictures like the one shown leaked out into the media, making this the first widely reported forced abortion. Another woman who was 6 months pregnant was bundled into a van and at the nearest hospital subjected to a chemically induced abortion. While the Chinese government argues that the one-child policy is still needed to control population size, many argue that the cost of raising a child in China would be a form of birth control in itself, and many Chinese think that having one child is important to the success of their country. Because of these reasons, many demographers predict that a population boom would be unlikely if the policy was removed. This and the fact that the one-child policy has caused a gender imbalance, shortage of workers, and violates women's rights makes me believe that the one-child policy should be abolished.